Live. All right. So not last few, but sometimes this video doesn't catch the live part until it's like 30 seconds in. So I could be talking to no one. Well, I'm talking to no one anyways, because no one watches the videos. One day. Okay, so this morning, it's been a busy morning. I've been up since 1:59. Went to bed at 10:30. I had to create some interview questions for an assignment that I am completing. I'm taking a course. And I couldn't do it last night. I just couldn't do it. I was like, I'll just wake up early. And I almost forgot that I had yoga. I knew I had yoga, but I lost track of time. So it's been a rushed morning. But to prepare, I read through some quotes, and I was reading different quotes. And I thought of Ernest Holmes. I said, let me see what Ernest Holmes has to say to me, to this morning. I was going to say to you. I guess to you too, through me. And I came across this quote that captures what I'm trying to do when I teach yoga. Everyone teaches yoga differently. Not everyone. Some people teach it the same. But the objective is different depending on which teacher you have. And my yoga, mine, I don't mean like mine, but the type of yoga that I try to teach is having the mind and body become one. Because in my opinion, and how I was taught to teach, yoga is oneness. The oneness of the mind and body, which taps into the oneness of all existence, capital O. Now, I wasn't taught that specifically, like, hey, teach it this way, but this is what I have gained over the years that's coming together as I make these videos, actually. I just started realizing this around 100, yoga routine 100 or so, and maybe earlier. But so I'm teaching a mindset. And Ernest Holmes, supposedly Ernest Holmes, I'm not sure if it's Ernest Holmes, but it says it's Ernest Holmes. It doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. And the quote is this: prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. I'll read it again. Prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. Ernest Holmes. And when I read that, I thought, that's what we're doing on the yoga mat. We're preparing the mind to be open when you go out in the so-called real world, to be accepting, to have non-judgment, to be in the present, to learn how to listen to yourself, and so on and so forth. And these are all qualities that we're learning on the yoga mat. And that's how I teach yoga. So when you're in a pose, for example, don't judge it. Just accept where you are, essentially learning how to accept yourself, learning the capital A acceptance. And you take that mindset off and you apply it in the so-called real world, and you accept yourself in the real world. And you're accepting of things. That doesn't mean you take things and negative things people throw at you, but you accept what's happening. You don't become those things. And another mindset is when you're open in a pose. You get the mindset of openness. You take that mindset off the yoga mat and you apply that in the so-called real world. And you feel open, having an open mind, having an openness to new adventures, and so on and so forth. And all those combined, acceptance, judgment, openness, all that becomes one type of mindset. Of course, we split it up on the yoga mat just so we can focus on specific aspects of that oneness. That's what I teach on the yoga mat, and that's the goal of these yoga routines. And that's how I approach yoga. So you can do yoga while you're washing the dishes. Just for example, if you're one with the activity, your mind and body's one with that activity, and you're washing the dishes, this is how I wash the dishes. And then sometimes my wife tells me to put it into the dishwasher. Not put it in the dishwasher. No, I like to just wash them now. Honestly, I think the dishwasher wastes too much water. Maybe not. Anyway, so today we're going to do 2 sun salutations. And we're going to move into them slowly. We're going to hold the poses. We're going to accept. We're going to feel open. We're going to listen to our bodies. We're going to listen to ourselves. We're going to become our own guru. You're going to become your own guru. And that's what we need to learn on the yoga mat. So when you're in the so-called real world, you hear things, people give you advice, but ultimately you are your own guru. And that's a very important mindset. I've got to have my glasses on. And then we'll end with the mountain pose, focusing on the breathing, just watching yourself breathe. And that'll be it. And then after this, I have to get back to work. So 30 minutes. Well, 23 minutes. So begin in the mountain pose. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. No tension in the shoulders or the arms. And now you're going to lengthen up. So think of a string on top of the head. Pull yourself up, lengthen up, and then line up the bones of the skeleton and let the skeleton just stand as if you were just your skeleton. So there's no tension anywhere. The skeleton is just standing. You're trying to find that spot and just accept. Now you're going to watch yourself breathe. There's many ways to do it, but 2 good ways. As you inhale, the belly swells with air, just slightly. Watch that. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in, just slightly, and watch that. Or bring your focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out as you inhale and exhale. And you're becoming the watcher. So you're watching the breathing. It's very natural to start. Just watch the breathing and then start controlling it. Let go of control when you realize you're controlling your breathing and just watch it. You're already breathing automatically, so just watch it. And during the yoga routine, you'll start to think about other things. That's fine. Because once you realize you're thinking about other things, just gently bring your focus back to your breathing. You're just going to watch yourself breathe. Focus 100% on the breathing. When your mind wanders, you gently bring it back. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. You'll push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. It's the first stretch, so just go nice and easy. Just open up, feel open. I have to fix my pants. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to fall into the ragdoll. So with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. And you're just letting the body go where it goes. You're learning acceptance, capital A. Just accept. So if you're up here, you're thinking, man, I wish I could go down further. Let that mindset go. Just accept where you are. And let's say you're doing it what you think is perfect. And it might be perfect, like perfect pose. But once you're settled, you even let go of that mindset because that's judgment as well. And judgment is one type of mindset that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. So let go of judgment and just accept where you are. The palms to calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees, pushing all the air out slowly. Then you're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale slowly. Inhale as much as you can. Then pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. Exhaling. Then inhale, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. And we're going to do two more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. We'll do one more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back. We're going to do a low lunge. So with a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. And the back is straight or arched. If it's arched, you're still pushing with the hips forward. Back is arching, hands up. And if the back is straight, you're reaching out. You're feeling opened. Feel openness. Again, you're tapping into the mindset of openness, gaining the mindset of openness on the yoga mat. You take that mindset off the yoga mat and apply it in the so-called real world. Feel open to new ideas, new adventures. Just new. Feel open and new. That taps into awareness, oneness, present moment, all that stuff. It's all one. I'm just splitting it up so it can make sense on the yoga mat. Feel opened. Then with the back foot, we're going to curl your toes under. We're going to go to the high lunge, but we're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just going to use it as a transition pose. So knee goes up, get the leg as straight as you can. Then you're going to move into downward dog. With the downward dog, the arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. And you're pushing into this pose, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Now, for any pose, just because you commit to it doesn't mean you stay there if you don't feel like you should. You're going to listen to your body. You're going to listen to yourself. You're your own guru. So if you're here and you feel like, man, I should bring myself out of it some, bring yourself out of it. You feel like, man, I can go a little further, go a little further. Listen to yourself. I'm just guiding you. You don't listen to me. We're doing it together. I'm just telling you what poses we're going into and how you should do them. But ultimately, you're listening to yourself, learning how to listen to yourself. You can slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest, and you slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms, of course, go to the floor. You're feeling open. Now you can modify this pose by going to hands and knees and doing the cow. Just feel open there. Or you can go to the small cobra. Chest is off the floor. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up. You're pulling up. Or just go to the upward dog. Modify it. Do the best you can. Accept where you are. And just feel open. Gain the mindset of openness. Feel open. That downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. And you are pushing into this pose. But you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, and focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Accepting where you are. Now you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top the foot to the floor in the back. Knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. Back is straight or arched. If the back is straight, you're reaching out. If it's arched, you're doing a scoop. You think of the hip bones pushing forward. Back is arching. Head is up and back. And just feel open. Don't judge it. Once you're settled, you accept where you are. So you let go of trying to be somewhere. You let go of judgment. And just feel open. Tapping in the mindset of openness. You're accepting. You're becoming one. So you just focus on the breathing. I know I need to get some music. Need to get some music. Do some beatbox. Now, you're going to go to high lunge just as a transition pose. So curl the toes under the back. Knee goes up. Settle here for a second or so. Then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. You're letting yourself breathe. Now in this pose, your belly is restricted. So when you inhale, the belly expands. Let yourself be pushed out of the pose with the belly. And when you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. You're aware of this subtle movement, but you're not focused on it. You're focused 100% on the breathing, which heightens your awareness, makes you aware of this movement, makes you aware of the stretched areas, makes you aware of maybe a so-called issue you have in the lower back, or the knee, or the shoulder, or wherever. But you're not those things. So you're just focused on the breathing, becoming aware of everything. Now palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale, exhale. One more sun salutation, inhale, and exhale, hinge forward. Palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, pull yourself in and down. And focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Again, that heightens your awareness. It lets you know what's going on in the body. That's a mindset that you're learning on the yoga mat. Awareness. You're taking that mindset off the yoga mat. Makes you aware of what's going on around you in the so-called real world. Makes you aware of the subtleness that's happening around you. But many times we all forget to be aware of. Part of life, you should be aware of it. Pause the sides of the feet, left leg is back into a low lunge, opening up. Top of the foot's to the floor, the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. The front knee is not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. Back is straight or arched. And just feel opened. Feeling opened. Very important. Feel open, accepting where you are, listening to your body. You're aware of what's happening. All those things. All those ways of thinking, you're taking off the yoga mat. That's how you're thinking or aware in the so-called real world. Makes life better, in a sense. You know what's going on. You're aware. You're open. You're accepting. That's the way to live life. I'm not saying I do that all the time. I don't. That's why I do yoga. Letting the yoga become a way of life. Again, you're washing dishes, you're doing yoga. Driving down the street, you're doing yoga. At work, you're doing yoga. Become yoga. Now with the back foot, going to curl the toes under, knee goes up, set on the high lunge, just for a second or so. Then downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels towards the floor, and you're pushing into this pose. The head is dangling, so there's no tension in the neck, but you are pushing into this pose. You push into the spot right before you feel like, man, I should go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And after 10 seconds or so, if you feel like, man, I should bring myself out of it, listen to yourself and bring yourself out of it. If you feel like, man, I should go further into it, listen to yourself and go further into it. You're learning how to listen to yourself, learning how to move the body, learning how the mind works, your mind works. Let me just be the guide of telling you what we're doing, but don't listen to me. You don't listen to me. You're your own guru. Important mindset to learn for the so-called real world. Listen to yourself. And slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees and the chest. Slide up and open up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms are to the floor. Modify the pose how you have to. Again, listen to yourself. Now, there are some circles of yoga where people have gurus. That's fine. That's what they do. You're aware of what they do. That's fine. The way I teach yoga is I want you to learn how to listen to yourself. Don't follow others. Take in what they say, but ultimately listen to yourself. Back to downward dog, last downward dog. So really push into it if you feel like you should. Arms are straight, legs are straight, no tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. And again, you're really pushing into this one. You're still listening to your body. Now you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back straight or arch. The front knee is not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some and just feel opened. Don't judge it. Once you're settled, You accept. And then you're feeling opened. You're listening to the body. So during this pose, if you feel like you should open up a little bit more, do so. If you feel like, man, I need to bring myself out of the sun, do so. That's what opening up means. It means you're open to listen to yourself. Over the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, slow here for a second or so. Then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. And focus on the breathing. This pose is important, of course, with the benefits, the physical benefits. It's important for the mindset to let yourself breathe. You're letting it just happen. There's a subtle movement that you're aware of. Learning how to focus on the breathing while becoming aware of subtleness. So you're learning awareness. It's a mindset that you take off the yoga mat. Keep on repeating that. I know what I'm saying. I know what I keep on repeating. And then bring the palms together. Reach out, up and back. Inhale. And then turn the palms out. Push the air down and out. Exhale. And go back to mountain pose. In mountain pose, toes go up. So the toes as wide as you can, and each toe touches the floor one at a time. The feet one shoulder width apart. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed, so no tension in the arms or the shoulders. And then you're going to lengthen yourself up. So think of a string on the top of the head or a thread. Pull yourself up, so lengthen up, and line the bones up of the skeleton. Let the skeleton just stand as if you were just your skeleton. You're going to watch yourself breathe. Now, like I said in the beginning, there's two ways to do it. There's many ways to do it. Two good ways. As you inhale, the belly swells with air. Watch that. When you exhale, the belly goes in. Many times it's a subtle movement. You're just watching that. Or bring the focus to the tip of the nose. And watch the air go in and out as you inhale and exhale. And you're watching that. What's happening is that you're becoming the watcher. Realizing you're the thing that's watching yourself breathe. Realizing that you're not your thoughts. You're the thing that's watching your thoughts. You're the watcher, capital W. The seer, capital S. The observer, capital O. All those words are just a capital, first letter. We're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Don't control it. It's natural to start controlling it. When you realize you're controlling yourself breathing, let go and just watch it. When you're realizing you're thinking about other things, let go and just watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. That's it. That's number 112 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And I'm slowly getting the yoga studio, slowly bringing it together. I keep on getting money, but then I have to pay a bill. Ultimately, I need a new camera, but first I'm going to focus on getting the sound corrected, because I know the sound's not right. I see the videos, and I'm well aware of that. I tried many things. I tried the Bluetooth in the very beginning, it wasn't working out. And I just had to go with what I have. And eventually it'll come together. I know it'll come together. But I do need to start taking more active steps to make it come together. I went to look for some carpet the other day, and it's so expensive. I won't lie, man, it's so expensive. I see some, I'm like, so hard. So hard. You know, I have 4 kids, bills, a wife, and I have to think, should I buy carpet? Or should I have not? I was going to say, have my kids not eat for a week. No, I was joking. Totally joking. But so I did buy carpet. I have to have extra money, like extra money. I already bought paint like months ago and did the paint. Not expensive. And then I bought lights. The lights are easy because I could buy like 1 or 2, like, $20. That's easy. I can buy simple things because they add up. And I even thought, man, do they still even have layaway? I don't even know if they have layaway. I had to put some carpet on layaway. They have $40 down. I don't even know they have. I should have asked. I think layaway is 80s, 70s, 1970s. I don't think they do layaway anymore. You buy it with credit. I'm doing that. So anyways, I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.